Thanks, Sophie. You're watching Midlands Today. The headlines tonight. Councils and housing associations commit £1.5 billion to upgrades after ministers criticise disgraceful conditions.
In every single room in my flat, it's got damp and moulded. Basically, it's just not something that someone would want to live in.
Will the funding make it to the tenants that need it most? Also tonight. Hundreds of staff on picket lines across the region on the biggest day of strike action in NHS history.
We want to see fair pay. We want to see nurses being able to come to work and not being pressured because there's not enough staff.
The Staffordshire microbrewery named Best Real Ale Pub in the UK.
And the frost is back and some freezing fog too. I've got news of a much colder week ahead later in the programme.
Good evening and welcome to Monday's edition of Midlands Today. I'm Elizabeth Glinka. First tonight, the BBC can reveal that social housing providers in the West Midlands are set to spend more than £1.5 billion to refurbish poor quality homes and tackle issues like mould and damp. There's also a significant boost to funding for safety improvements following the Grenfell fire tragedy. The government has recently criticised landlords, including Birmingham City Council, for letting people suffer in what it calls disgraceful conditions. Our correspondent Ben Godfrey has been investigating. Well, Ben joins us now in the studio. And Ben, a lot of tenants have really been crying out for these repairs, haven't they?
They have, and the housing sector, in truth, is creaking under the strain. Let's look at some of the planned spending in the Midlands. It's not a conclusive list, but actually gives us a real sense of direction. Some of the spending, City of Wolverhampton Council, £368 million over 5 years.
On to other news now, and an inquest has opened into the death of a 26-year-old man from Stoke-on-Trent who died after being restrained by police. Officers from the Staffordshire Force became involved after the 26-year-old Joshua Ball was seen behaving erratically in May 2018. He was restrained on the ground and paramedics were called. Now, today is the biggest strike in NHS history as nurses and ambulance workers took to the picket lines. Medical appointments and some non-urgent operations were cancelled due to the walkouts. Thanks for joining us here on Midlands Today this evening. Sarah will be here with your forecast shortly, also tonight. A Midlands medal in the four-man bob for the first time in 84 years. And how the BBC's repair shop helped to restore the childhood letters sent by J.R.R. Tolkien. Now, a Staffordshire pub, which has only been open for 5 years, has been named CAMRA's National Pub of the Year. The Tamworth Tap started life as a high street microbrewery, and it's the first West Midlands winner of the award for 23 years. John Bray has been to find out more. Got to use your pub. Right, it is time for sport now. Dan is here, and Dan, don't often get to say this, we got a medal in bobsleigh.
It's an incredible story. It's another exciting chapter in the journey of Bewdley's Aaron Gulliver. In September, he was going to become a policeman, saw an advert online for trials for the bobsleigh. Last month, he became a European champion. And then yesterday, in the British four-man team, he won a silver medal at the World Championships in St Moritz in Switzerland.
Repair shop always makes me cry without fail. Well, it has been a lovely sunny day, although a little bit chilly. So it's perfect for weather watcher pictures. Sarah, have you got any?
Some people were crying this morning, scraping the cars again, thinking, we're over it, we're over it. But no, we weren't quite over it. Actually, this weather watcher picture is absolutely beautiful. It came from yesterday evening. There's a gorgeous collection of them on the BBC Midlands Today Twitter feed. And then this was from this morning. And yes, we had the frost, a really sharp frost as well. We're back to it for the rest of this week. We have something very, very different for the next few days to what we had last week when we had those temperatures well above average for the time of year. And today we started at -7 Celsius. After a few frosty mornings, it will turn a bit milder for you.
I like the sound of that. Yeah. Thanks very much, Sarah. That was the Midlands Today. We will be back at 10:30 with your late update. Until then, have a very good evening, whatever you're up to. Bye-bye.